Hi, folks. It's Chris again. Uh, Hope you're all doing well. Uh, I was just watching a video on YouTube, and I subscribed to the channel, but I got a weak connection on some of the videos there. But I so I took that as a sign that I should clean up and just try and do something better for my life. Um, but it was a really striking channel. It's this person living in the French mountains, living in nature, and gathering her food and cooking and baking her own food, and living in a really natural way. And what struck me so much about it was there was none of certain things in her life that are in my life, like pharmaceutical medication, eating meat, cigarettes, and soda pop. And it got me wondering if I'm on the wrong track. But as I explored the channel further, I discovered that she came from a pretty normal background in and grew up in society as we know it, and she moved away from it. She hadn't always been the way she is now, and so it really got me thinking and realizing that there's um, I was never one of these people who wanted to escape to nature and thinking about living in a homestead as the way I wanted to live my life. Certain people I met, they really wanted to escape the city and get back to the land and live natural life like she did. But I grew up on the edge of a city near farmland and forest, and so I got exposed to nature as a child, and as well as as well as uh, as well as um, being around normal technology and growing up in a somewhat suburban neighborhood. But I used to go on walks in the woods and quite often, and it never seemed like the purpose of my life. But it did. It was something that I appreciated. Um, so it got me thinking: what if I never got schizophrenia, and what if I never had to take these pharmaceutical drugs that they tell me is medication that I need? My whole life is structured to keep me on the medication, right? But I know the last time I was off the medication, things turned out really badly, so I just keep taking it. Um, and it doesn't cure schizophrenia, it only treats it. So, what is schizophrenia like? It's really hard to explain because when I'm delusional or paranoid, I'm usually the last person to notice it. Um, and so some people think I'm living a life that I act like I rule the world, but I try not to. I try and be humble, and I try and appreciate the things I get. Um, Sometimes I sink deep into depression and get trapped in negativity, and it just got me thinking, like, depression is maybe just me slumbering, me resting, and when I awaken, when I truly feel alive and happy, that's my spirit awakening and me awakening to my true self. Um, me awakening to my true potential. Me having a sense of purpose and meaning, whereas when I'm depressed, everything seems meaningless and there seems to be no purpose. But life takes on purpose and meaning when I'm able to make myself useful and learn things and do things and accomplish things, experience things. There's not a lot of pressure in my life from the outside world other than by my own illness. There is pressure from people around me, but I'm in a situation where if things get hostile, if anyone gets violent, the police are notified right away and the person is removed from the property. So all of us who live here know that, so that tends to keep us in line. But we do not always like each other, and some of us aren't happy to be stuck with each other. I know I get along really well with some of the people who live here, but there's a few people who would rather have never have met me and really wish that they didn't have to live with me. And I guess that's part of life, as I know it. So I sort of do things when I feel up to them. Sometimes, quite often, I get to the point where it seems like there's nothing going on, that I just don't feel like I'm able to apply myself to do anything. But if I wait for a little while and let things process, something always comes up, like a new video to watch or a new conversation, all sorts of things. So I find if I wait, something always comes up. So I don't need to smoke a joint to kickstart my day anymore. I just wait a little bit, and what I need happens eventually automatically. And so it's only a matter of time before I drink or get high again. So, but right now I have no desire to drink or get high, but I'm not someone who's been abstinent for years. So, talking too much about sobriety sometimes seems fake and superficial, but it shouldn't be that way. I'm doing this, staying clean and sober one day at a time, and it's working most of the time. I'm so but this I guess I don't have much else to say. I hope I'm not repeating myself too much. I offered some new things. I